Still learning. Sorry, guys, the microphone wasn't on. Welcome to the podcast, Bristol Vikings, hosted by myself, Craig, and this is Dan. Say hi, Dan. We're going to have a short discussion. Well, not short discussion. We're going to talk today about a couple of things. Dan wants to talk about Activision, and I was going to talk about Bethesda. So I think I'll let Dan go first. So go for it, Dan. What did you want to talk about?
So I'm not sure how much you know about Activision Blizzard and what's obviously been happening at the company.
Mm.
So obviously there's big sexual allegations, wasn't there? But the one I found funny is apparently someone in the company was stealing breast milk.
What? That's not what I think you're going to talk about, to be honest.
So obviously all these allegations that come out, one of the complaints that the women have put forward.
Is this what
Sorry.
what the watchdog's looking into?
They've all looked. This is what they've all looked into. So, yeah, someone obviously as well as sexual harassment at the company. One of the complaints is people were stealing, stealing breast milk. They have a specific lactation room, I think they call it. Well, obviously, the staff members can obviously feed their babies because I think because that's obviously being a massive company, and obviously must employ quite a lot of women. They have their own nursery on site. So they have a specific room where they can breastfeed, and obviously they have freezers. And in these freezers, obviously the breast milk, and they were complaining because it was all getting stolen.
What the hell? Oh my god.
So I saw that, and I just thought that was funny. You can imagine someone like stalking there. Oh yeah, this looks good. Whips the fucking breast milk out. And then I think one of the allegations, so an unknown, what was it? Might have not been Activision Blizzard, but obviously it's been posted on loads of forums, and someone else admitted to it because they tend to use it before workouts because of all the hormones, and it gives them a good pump.
Oh my god. I don't know what to say to that. That's just like that's mad.
So I'm not sure if you've seen, you follow the Act Man.
No.
No, he did a very good video on this recently. Again, talking about it and just yeah. So I'll be pretty, not happy if my breast milk went missing.
Rosa just commented saying, Craig, bloody hell, imagine that, Craig, some breast milk tomorrow when you work out. I couldn't think of anything worse.
It gives you a good pump, apparently, because there's a load of hormones.
See, I thought you were going to talk about something else. Because I was looking into it. I was trying to look into it just to see what it was you were talking about. Because I know they're under investigation by Watchdog because of the Microsoft acquisition.
Yeah. So I've just seen in the news today, apparently the UK government are going to look at it, obviously because they don't want basically monopolies, because obviously Microsoft are massive and Activision Blizzard are huge.
Yeah.
So they're going to look at it. I'm not quite sure what the UK government can do because they are American companies, but I think they can just, I don't know, I'm not sure if they're stopped. Well, they can't stop selling products, but I'm not sure what the British government would do.
Don't know. No idea.
No idea. But yeah, so keep your breast milk safe. That's all I'm saying.
I've heard it.
I suppose
that's just crazy. That it's just there's some sad people out there. Some desperate sad people.
Yeah. Desperate sad people. I think it's a fetish as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like those guys are all pretend to be bumming babies, isn't it? And they get mothered.
Oh dear.
Their ass is wiped and everything. So I don't know if a bit of that into it.
There's some weird fetishes out there. Weird fetishes.
I suppose talk about a little bit like Diablo Immortal. Again, I'm not sure how much you've been following about this.
The only thing I've seen about that is that it's postponed for China. They're having issues releasing it in China.
Yeah. China. So because of have you actually played it at all on your phone or not?
Mm, have I played it or?
Yeah, have you played it?
I played not the new one. I've played some of the older ones, the Diablo 3.
Yeah, Diablo 3. So in Diablo, I downloaded it on my phone because I'm a massive Diablo fan. You know, played Diablo 1 with on PC, played Diablo 2, Diablo 3. Also played put hundreds of hours in.
Yeah,
Nothing serious. I'm not. I say nothing serious, but
pretty committed.
I wasn't always hunting the meta or whatever. I just played casually. I didn't get particularly many Paragon levels. I don't know. I think I got to about 300-400, which is, being honest, is nothing compared to like some people. But what is in Double Immortal is, I think, because of the systems I haven't played, so it's very very pay to win.
Right.
So again, if you do you know how much you reckon it should be to fully upgrade one of your characters?
I don't know, like £2, something like
No,
that.
no, no, no. It's a lot higher.
Is it?
So what you have, yeah, oh god, yeah. So what you have is legendary. So you have rifts, and what you can do, you can use crests. So you have legendary crests. Now these cost, is it about £2 a pop? I can't remember how much they are. I think they're about £2.
Right.
I'm not sure what they are in game money. I think they're 150. Is it 150 gems? I can't remember what the system or the premium currency are. But you can use 10. So you can have 10 of these premium crests per run. So that's 20 quid. 20 quid a run to get a guaranteed legendary. Now, with the gems range from 1 star to 5 star. Obviously, if you're a free to play player, you only get 3 crests a month, I believe it is, for doing your daily activities and I think buying them from buying them from one of the vendors. I think you're allowed one a month. So so if you want the best of the gear, if you want the 5 star gear, which I think the probability, I think someone worked out as 0.01%. I believe that's what the chance of getting a 5 star gem is. So to fully, and how many equipment pieces do you have? I think you have five equipment pieces. So yeah, you have your boots. Was it boots, belt, armor, helmet, and sash? If I remember right, is that correct? And then you have your 2 weapons. So to get yeah, so to get everything up to 5 star, you need. I think they calculated at £100,000.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, yeah.
What?
So, so
That's
if
insane.
you, it's insane. So obviously they're going after the whales. You know, that's what they want to go for. I think in its first month, it's made about $40 million. So people are obviously buying this, obviously playing it, but it's going to kill the game. You know, but at the same time, I suppose they didn't really care because I'm not sure. Do you watch Asmongold or any other?
No.
No, so they've been trying this. So Asmongold has been. Um, I think he stopped the series now because he just had enough because there's too much money. But he was obviously buying, paying whenever it's suggested, and I think he got something ridiculous like $10,000. You know, thousands of pounds.
It's
So
insane.
it's just absolutely insane. And the argument I don't like is people claiming that, oh, it's just a mobile game. It's a mobile game. Don't worry about it. People, but you shouldn't have to pay that much money. I'd
Yeah.
rather, I'd rather they just release a game for 50, well, I don't know what, 40, 50 quid.
Mm.
You play a game, a little bit like Diablo 3. You know, I put hundreds of hours into that, and you enjoy yourself. But obviously, there's no money in that now, is there?
No. It's all
No,
microtransactions now, isn't it?
it's all microtransactions,
But
which,
I thought there were legislations in place to stop. Not legislations. I thought there were like laws and stuff in place now to stop companies from doing that sort of thing because it was DICE, when it were the ones that got done first.
yeah.
Was it?
Well, In Europe there is. So I know Belgium has anti-gambling laws about this. In the UK, I think at the moment they're just reviewing it. I think
Right.
there's nothing solid, but because so in the game with these quests you have to run a rift. So because you're running a rift, that doesn't count as gambling. So it doesn't count as a loot box. So they've been a bit sneaky. They've got round it. But like you said, China, Belgium, they've actually banned it because it is gambling. Like I
Yeah.
said, I'm not sure if there's an infamous tweet, wasn't there, where some guy was like, "Oh, don't tell my wife. I've just dropped 3 grand. Let's get these 5-star gems." You
Jesus.
know, so it's
The fuck? Who's got the money to
yeah.
do that?
Well, this is a problem, isn't it? People don't have the money.
So is it like Blizzard? Have Blizzard just gone? How can we make a shit ton of money really really quickly and then close it all down? Because that's what they never do. That's probably what's going to happen. They're going to have to close it down, aren't they?
Well, it's cheap. It's easy. That's why I think as they released Diablo Immortal, they released Diablo 4 trailer, and Diablo 4 looks really, really good. It looks actually really good. But what worries me is is the microtransactions. What are they gonna try and sell you? What upgrade systems? It's not just a case you buy a game now, you
It's
play
just
it, and then you put
pay to win, isn't it? That's
pay to win.
that's why I've stopped because I don't play so many games online anymore because a lot of it now is microtransactions and pay to win. If you buy like Battlefield 2042 is like one of those kind of examples where if you are willing to sacrifice 35 quid, you can get like special gear and stuff like that. And I'm just like, I'm not doing that. I just don't think. Ah,
No, you shouldn't do it, did you?
it's
You
filthy.
paid your money.
You've paid your 70 or 60 quid or whatever it is for the game, and they still want more money at you.
Yeah, more money. I mean, yeah, and I think what worries me is because obviously when did you have a Mega Drive?
Yeah, yeah, a long time ago.
Yeah, a long time ago. So we're from that generation where you bought your video game, you played it, and what worries me is kids now, people 12, 13-year olds, they're getting used to it. So this
Mm.
isn't going to go away. It's going to stay. And people are going to think this is normal.
Yeah,
You pay a couple of pounds every now and then, and it gets people into a habit. And that's what they want.
yeah, it's dangerous, isn't it? But
It's
I think
dangerous.
that's the kind of world. Because everything is becoming readily available. I think that's the kind of world we're coming to now, where it's all like. Because it was at one point, I thought it was going like down the whole sort of subscription route, wasn't it? Where you subscribe and every month you got access to certain things and stuff like that.
Yeah. Oh, no, you still got to have your Game Pass, haven't you? No, you still got to have your subscriptions to some games.
Yeah.
Oh, can't not have that, Craig. So you have your
Huh.
subscription, you have your Game Pass, you have your microtransactions,
Yeah. Fucking dumb.
you have your costumes. I mean, what some of the costumes in there cost like 15 quid. That's a lot of money just for a skin.
Yeah. And people pay for it as well. That's the worst
People,
part.
people
If people didn't buy into it, then there wouldn't be this problem because they'd stop doing it. But
yeah.
because people
Did
do,
when Terrence and Phillip in South Park made a mobile game?
no.
No, so they do. Oh, I love it. So they do this little thing, this little diagram where it's like you don't make games too fun. You make them just enough fun to keep people playing. Then you charge them, and then you keep them playing. So it's a really good episode. I would recommend anyone watching to watch that South Park episode. I think it explains it brilliantly.
See, that's the thing. Like, most people, when they think of South Park, they just think, "Oh, it's only swearing and rude stuff." But actually, they do they get the topics pretty fucking bang on most of the time and take the piss
Yeah,
out of
they
it.
do. They do. They bang on. Absolutely, it's true, and it's just it. It makes me not want to play video games.
Yeah,
And I think even some companies now have they employ psychologists, don't they, to
right.
get you to buy the money.
Yeah,
You know, and
Fancy
this is
colours.
one fancy colours. One of the things they do, obviously, why they make these premium currencies, so you get gems or whatever, so you basically don't think you're spending real money, and it's a psychological value. Because if you see a pound sign on there, you think, oh, I don't want to spend that. But if you see 150 gems,
Yeah.
you're more likely to spend it.
Yeah. Fuckers. What
What
can you do, eh?
can you do? Not buy them.
But that's
Don't buy them.
yeah, that's the thing. See, I don't really, like I said, I don't really get games that have that anymore because I don't find that sort of thing entertaining. Like, I think on consoles that tends to be some like mass multiplayer games, shooter games and stuff that has
Yeah.
that sort of formula, like Fortnite and that sort of thing. So
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
tend to play them anymore because of that reason. I'd rather just play a game that's I don't know, I'd just rather just play it by myself most of the time.
Well, yeah, no, I like playing on myself a lot.
Yeah.
Yay.
Don't we all?
No, like, so, be honest, mate, I've been playing. So I bought the, was it Mega Drive's collection? So I've been playing the old Sonic the One games.
Yeah.
I love absolutely, and it just, I don't know, it makes me a bit sad. Because it reminds me of what gaming used to be. It used to be fun, used to be, you just play a game, like you said, you get your time out of it, and then you move on.
I was watching a video the other day talking about gaming and stuff and things that don't happen anymore. And they was talking about the fact that games don't use cheat codes and stuff like that.
Yeah, cheat codes are gone.
So you remember, I don't know if you used to do this when you were younger, you used to go to a shop and buy, oh shit, what magazine did I used to buy? I used to buy a magazine.
Now, had the cheat codes in it.
Yeah, it had a bit in the back that had cheat codes. And it also had a disc on the front, which was a cheat disc. You used to, preload preload your cheats onto it.
Yeah,
They didn't do
I
that.
remember that. Well, what was the game? Was it like Eurogamer?
I can't remember. I know there was a Sony one, there was a PlayStation one.
See, that's one thing I miss, demo discs. I don't know why. I mean, I know you obviously get demos now, but a good demo disc.
Yeah, but they're not the same, are they?
No.
Because there was what was it? Something came out on a demo disc, and they released the full game on the demo on the disc.
What was it? It was.
Was it Home Simpsons or something? It was something like that. And if you
was it Spyro?
Spider-Man?
No, Spyro the Dragon.
I don't know. I can't remember. I just remember hearing about it, and like if you put a certain code in, you could play the whole game.
Not the whole game, wasn't it? Yeah.
Like a fiver.
For some reason, I think it's Spyro the Dragon. I'm not sure. I could be wrong.
Do you know what I keep seeing? I'm talking about this is getting nostalgia now. I keep seeing the old GoldenEye. I fucking love that game. And it's like, have you seen that they've modded it and brought it back out, but it still looks the same and it still controls the same. But it's like
So-
play on a newer console. Well, not on PC.
I bet you're a filthy Oddjob player.
No, never played that.
You never played Oddjob in the multiplayer.
No, I think
He
so.
was the most OP player because he was really short. You just get a golden gun, you go around just killing everyone in one
I
shot.
don't think I ever played it online.
Well, local when it was
Oh.
online.
Oh yeah.
It was.
The old days when you have to put another controller in.
That's it. Put the old controller in. So so everyone just screamed Oddjob because he was the OP. he was the man you had to choose if you wanted to go 10-1 or something.
It's just the music from the game. It's just like, as soon as I hear it, I'm like, oh, memories. Just being a
Memories.
kid. Days like this when it was like sunny and hot, and you just be inside playing that game, just wasting your life. Yeah. I know. I do agree with you. The games they're not the same anymore.
They're just more predatory now, aren't they?
Yeah. Well, they're all after just
Alright.
making money as quickly as possible, aren't it? Rather than
Well, of course. Well, I know what game you're going to be buying.
what would that be, Dan?
What would it be? What would it be, Craig? Do you want to explain
Well-
to me what happened today?
I got a little bit excited. It's not actual gameplay footage though, which it doesn't really bother me because doesn't matter. It's still gonna be awesome. But it's the latest trailer for God of War Ragnarok. It's got Finir in it. Finir.
So I don't. It's Sony. Sony are one of the few, especially the way they treated the last God of War. Because as far as I knew, didn't have any microtransactions, did it?
No.
No.
I can't remember what his name is now. The guy that directed. Have you seen the latest trailer?
I watched it. Yeah, you sent me that link, and I watched it.
Yeah, looks cool. Looks good. I wonder how they're gonna like use Finir. I'm sure I'm saying it right. Finir the dog, the wolf.
Fanny. I don't know. The big dog.
The big dog that bites off Tyr's hand.
Yeah. So if I remember right, doesn't he bring about the apocalypse?
Yeah, he's the because he's Loki's. I can't remember if he's Loki's son or he's Loki's adopted son, like son, because the god stuff is weird because he can have animals as babies. It's got something to do with Loki. I don't know much. And he brings about the apocalypse. But yeah, no, I'm looking forward to that. But I haven't got PS5 yet, and I want to wait until PS5 because I think that's the best way to appreciate that game. Next gen console.
You waited a long time.
It's ridiculous. Still can't get a PS5.
See, I got lucky with my Xbox. Do you know what? This is God honest truth. When I was pre-ordering, so the pre-order came out on September 22nd.
Yeah.
Of course, that's my birthday. So I was out on the shitter, and mate, I managed to pre-order. So I've had my Xbox since release.
Nice.
Series X.
There'll be a Slim out before I get mine.
Yeah, 100% there's going to be a Slim.
Well, there's lots of rumours going around at the moment that they're doing a Slim. But how can they do a Slim when they can't even get the normal one out to people?
Well, I suppose if they use slightly different parts, maybe they're thinking they can produce them and PS5 at the same time.
I don't think I've touched my PlayStation 4 in ages. Busy man, huh?
Busy man. Jacking off to God of War.
Yeah. On the train.
On the train. Oh, yeah. Everyone looking, who's this bold? What's that bold one doing?
Yeah, what's that fat bold kid sweating for?
Talking it.
He's just watching a YouTube video. What's wrong with him?
Yeah.
Nah, it'd be good. I think, because obviously I got tattoos, but I think my next tattoo has to be God of War because of how it is inspirational to, not inspirational. That's the wrong word. What's the word?
I'm trying to think. What word are you working for? Because you've always enjoyed God of War, haven't you? You've always. Yeah. It's always been one for you.
I've liked every single one. I've never played the PS. Well, that's not true. I played one of the PSP ones because they brought it out on PlayStation, but I've not.
Yeah, did they? Was it PS3 they brought out on, or was it PS4 when they did a remaster? If I remember right.
They remastered 3 on the PS4 just before they brought out the new one, which is actually pretty good to be honest. It's only like a graphical upgrade, but it's like there's loads of games that I haven't played. I've watched all the YouTube playthroughs of them to see what they're about and stuff because obviously he fights death and stuff like that and all sorts. The Greek death, that is. I don't know what the Greek death's called.
Oh, so it's Death and Hades, not the same.
It's like no, it's like the Reaper, but I think it's called Death. But just like anything to do with Greek mythology. Thank you, Rosa. Yeah, but God of Rosa. Rosa said I like anything to do with Greek mythology. But the new God of War the new God of War is about Vikings, so get your facts right.
Get your facts right, Rosa. Yeah. Nobody likes you, Rosa.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. It's been a long time coming, to be fair. And the one they just released, God of War. I want to say it's 4, but it's not. But the one the last one. Left it on such a pivotal moment because obviously I don't want to spoil it for anyone that hasn't played it or going to play it, but you kill Baldur at the end. And
a big spoiler. It's a bit of a spoiler.
Spoiler!
It's been out long enough.
His mum goes apeshit and she just says that she's going to rain hell upon Kratos, and Kratos just goes and walks off. Just with his little boy next to his side, and they're just going to go whatever and walk off. It'd be interesting to see what happens. Because if you go back to your house after finishing the story, and the credits have rolled, if you go back to your house, you go to sleep, and then you get woken up by rain and thunder, and you open a door, and it's just this silhouette of a man, and he pulls his jacket open, and it's just Thor's hammer.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
And that's it, and you're just like, oh, he's gonna fight Thor. It's gonna be great.
So I'm assuming that must be the opening for the game then, surely.
I don't know. Yeah, but that's just what they're like, though, isn't it? It's not Naughty. It's Santa Monica. No.
Santa Monica? Yeah, Santa Monica sounds right.
Santa Monica Studios.
Yeah, no, that sounds right to me.
Sounds right. That's what they like, though. They like to tease. Because if you remember the trailer for this one, they just God of War 4. That had stuff in it that had nothing to do with the game. It's just like them going to say, "This is what we're going to do." It was great. It was really good. Can't wait. I'm gonna probably book a week off work for it.
You got, aren't you?
Yeah,
always. Got to get them holiday days down.
Well, my holiday refreshes in August, so I'll be doing that. Find out what the date
August?
is. Yeah, it's August in my place.
It's
an American-owned company, so everything runs like the Yanks do.
Okay.
Yeah. But
fair enough.
Yeah. Right. So I'm going to talk about Bethesda because I'm a little bit salty about this.
Oh, he's salty.
Especially as I read something today that kind of rubbed the salt in the wound a little bit. Because obviously, I don't know if anyone's aware, but Bethesda were bought out by Microsoft and they paid like $7.5 billion or whatever it was. I've written some facts down.
Oh no! Look at him! Oh no! I'm unprepared here.
I was like, I need to know what I'm going to talk about because I look like a fool just going, oh, they're not going to bring such and such out on PlayStation. But yeah. So what did I see today? I seen obviously Starfield isn't going to come out on that PlayStation. It's an Xbox exclusive.
Really?
Yeah, and they've confirmed that as well.
I didn't know. Oh, they confirmed it.
Yeah, they've confirmed it. I never really understood why they decided to do that because I always thought that there would be more money if you could do cross-platform. Because you can set it across. Obviously, it means there's more programming involved because you have to do it for both machines that run it.
Yeah.
So I was reading this article and it says the reasoning that Tom Howard and this other guy they were saying that the reason we've done it is because we want to build better quality games, and the only way to do that is to do it solely for a particular software. Or hardware. Is it hardware or software?
Software, I suppose, but I bet you it gets released on PC.
Oh yeah, definitely. It'll be on PC and it'll be on Xbox. But the Elder Scrolls is still coming to Sony. Well, allegedly, it's still coming to Sony as well. So they say.
That's you don't pay over $7 billion for a company to, but then at the same time, Microsoft are. I think there must be contracts that they must have signed previously. So I'm assuming they must have to keep to them.
Maybe, yeah.
So you're a bit salty. You're not going to be playing the old Skyrim on your bloody fridge or whatever it is.
That's another thing as well that keeps reminding me. That's something that I find a bit naughty. How many times they've brought Skyrim out now, and how many different versions they've done. And the last one was what was it, the 20th anniversary? No, 10th anniversary?
It's got to be released. 2000. Yeah, maybe it was the 10th anniversary. 2011. Yeah. That sounds about right to me.
And they said this is the final time we're going to do it. You're right.
It's not. No, it's not. When whatever consoles come out after the PS5 and Xbox Series X, they'll do a remastered.
So I was trying to think what version, what edition this is now. So obviously the original came out on PS3. PS3.
Yeah.
And they did the remasters for the because it came out on PS3 and Xbox 360. Then they did the remaster for the Xbox One and the PS4.
Yeah, then didn't they do a 5-year anniversary edition as well?
Yeah, they did an anniversary edition, which came with all the DLCs, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, so they did that for both consoles. That's 3. Then they did VR.
Yes, I forgot about VR. They did
Then
do a VR version.
then they released it onto PC. Was it PC or was that before that?
No, it was
Did it
before that,
originally
because
come out on
obviously
PC?
modding still has a massive, it still has a huge modding
Yeah, it
scene.
does.
And that's one of the reasons why I think it's stayed around, because modders they just love modding for it.
So there's got to be about 5 different versions now, aren't there? There's the first
Minimum.
3, then VR, then 10th anniversary. It's a bit like Grand Theft Auto, isn't it? Where they're kind of, that's an old game, but they keep milking that bastard. It's like, come on, just go on to the next one.
I'm not sure. It's when you keep looking at the obviously the game charts. It's always there, isn't it? It's always. I swear, I haven't checked the game charts for a while, but I'm pretty sure it's still in the top 20 at least, isn't
I
it?
wouldn't be surprised. It is a great game. I think they've ruined online, but the game itself, obviously the story and all that was great. I've actually
I never played
the story.
Never played it. Never played it.
It's cheap.
I must be the only person who hasn't played Grand Theft Auto 5.
But you played the other ones, though, didn't you?
I played number 4
Yeah.
for about 10 minutes and got bored.
Fair enough. Okay.
That was the one. Well, I can't remember the name of the character. Oh no, because I always remember the guy phoning you about, do you want to go bowling or something? Was it his cousin? Ah.
I remember that. That was yeah, that was Liberty. No, Liberty City. Was it Liberty City? And you were the Russian guy.
Again, I'm not a massive. I know you played a Russian. Is he Russian or some Eastern European?
It's the one
chap.
after.
Flashing lights.
It's fucking McCarthy going. Yeah, I think it's definitely number 4 because it's the one after. Because Vice City is number 2. Then there's number 3, which is based. I can't remember where it was based. Then there's Los Santos. Is it?
San Andreas was
San
there.
Andreas.
San Andreas.
But yeah, no, you're the Russian. Nico, that's it.
Nico, yeah.
Hey, Nico, you want to
We
go
had to-
bowling? Fuck off.
Fuck off and hunt down the bloody pigeons.
Oh god, yeah. It was an alright game. It wasn't terrible, but yeah.
That's the one. That's the last one I played. Again, I remember playing the old PS1 version. Was it PS1 that came out?
What, the
I
first
remember
3D one?
First 3D one was Grand Theft Auto 3 on the PS2,
Yeah.
and I loved it. See, this is what you're on about cheat codes earlier on. You could always
Still
always used to love putting on, because you could get everyone to riot, couldn't you?
Yeah.
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 Cheat yourself, get a tank, try and get
That's it.
maximum.
It was aggressive mode or something, wasn't it? And everyone just starts driving into you and stuff like that.
Riding into you just like a nutter. Yeah.
Well, that's great. That's great fun. You just go up and down
Again,
the roads with the tank.
Can you do it on the PS5 or not? Not sorry, Grand Theft Auto 5 or not?
You can to a degree. There's still cheat codes for the main like the main campaign version.
Yeah.
But most of it's just like guns and stuff like that, and invincible mode. But the invincible mode only lasts for 5 minutes, which is weird. But if you play director's mode, you can do whatever you want in it because it's like a weird director's thing.
Okay.
It's looking at it. The thing is though, whenever I go to look about, because I think about playing it again, but then I just realised that it's actually looking at it's looking its age now.
Yeah.
Because obviously it came out 10 years ago, 10 plus years ago, so it's starting to look a bit old.
Is that how old it is?
I'm sure it's got to be. Google it. I got a feeling.
Oh god.
I know I was in Wix when it came out.
Yeah, so was I. I remember Matt Tanner going mental over it.
2013 it came out.
God, bloody hell, that's coming up for 10 years old.
Oh,
So they're 100% going to release. They're going to release an anniversary edition for that, surely.
Yeah. They have to, and then they'll probably. Well, there's obviously that's another rumor as well, and it Grand Theft Auto 6. Speculation on it. I do watch I tend to watch game ranks on a Friday night. Do you watch game ranks on YouTube?
No, I don't actually.
He does a a video every Friday, and he talks about all the week's news on games and stuff. So it's quite interesting sometimes. But yeah, the other thing I wanted to talk about is the fact that E3 is no longer happening.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's quite old news, but
It's because what's happening now, and I can understand why companies are doing this, because you get more exposure, is a lot of them were doing the releases before E3, so they had their own presentations, like your Sony, was it Sony Play, is it they call it? No. State of Play?
State of Play, yeah.
State of Play, so Sony have their own State of Play. Nintendo have Nintendo Direct. What's the Microsoft one called? I can't remember the mic.
Is it Summit Live? No.
I can't. What it's called, but all the big companies have their own. They have their own video conference because they can release on their schedule. They can. They don't have to work to anyone's schedule. They can do it. I think Diablo tends to do it every 3 months. I'm not sure. Sony tends to do one every 3 months.
Yeah, they tend to. Because I think that's where this God of War thing came from. But yeah. Well, I think it's also to do with COVID as well, isn't it? I think COVID ruined it for everybody.
COVID killed it. COVID definitely killed it. I think it's too expensive.
The last E3 was all streamed, wasn't it? Streamed on. I think so.
Whatever. I think it's too expensive, and I suppose if you're Microsoft, I mean, you have your fans, so you know who's going to watch it. You know who's going to watch your presentations.
Yeah. And it's probably free to watch on the Xbox, I imagine.
And free to watch. You just put it up on your YouTube channel, and you get your target audience to watch it. So,
yeah.
Why pay however much money? I don't know how much money, but I imagine it's quite a lot to go on some stage for an hour once a year when you could just control the narrative yourself.
It's one of the big ones that were the first people to pull out. I think like Nintendo or someone was the first ones to pull out, and then everyone started following suit then.
Following suit?
Yeah. Because they realised it was too expensive. Like you said, it's too expensive, and it's too much setup, and for them to then cancel it because of COVID, these companies invested loads of money into stuff. But yeah.
The thing I did like about E3 is sometimes you'd always get some, because obviously it wasn't just the big, Sony, Microsoft, Nintendo. You get some smaller sort of publishers or game companies, and there'd always be that sort of quirky game.
You'd get your indie developers, wouldn't you?
Indie developers, but again, I think with the rise of Steam's helped indie developers massively. Oh. What's that? Oh, lights.
Yeah. I'm getting massively into Steam because I can't. Like most of the games on there are pretty cheap anyway, and I like these individual development games. But I got stung by No Man's Sky.
Well, it's going to be a good game now.
Yeah, but look at fucking Starfield.
Wow. See, Starfield, I am excited for it, obviously, because I'll get it on Game Pass, which is a good service, but I think, did they say it's going to be 1,000 worlds they're going to have in it?
Yeah.
But each world's not going to be, as far as I know, I could be wrong with, they're not going to be randomly generated, they're going to be each designed, aren't they?
So, I'm trying to think. I was watching it yesterday actually about it because I'm interested in it myself because I like those sort of games. So there's 1,000 planets you can go to. And the majority of them are procedurally generated.
Okay.
So they all have their sort of algorithms of what they can have and what they can't have and that sort of stuff. Like a bit like how No Man's Sky does it. But there are certain planets that you go to. It would tell you. I think it tells you when you're going to a planet that's designed or a planet that's procedurally generated. So the ones that are designed will have like cities and stuff in it and stuff. It does look. To be fair, if it comes out the way they say it will, it does look like a really interesting game.
It's interesting, but I think I've heard that you can't travel from planet to planet. You have to have a loading screen in between, isn't there?
Yeah. So the launch sequence. So there's no. like No Man's Sky, when you come to the planet, you can the whole landing thing is part of what you do. It says when you launch from a planet, there's not a loading screen as such. I think it's just kind of like it's one of those like live loading screens. And
like an elevator.
Yeah, and it just shows your ship launching off, and then you're in space.
In space. So, will there be, I suppose, aerial combat while you're on the planet? Then you transition, and then I suppose there'll be space battles.
What was I seen? I know that there's talk. This is GameRanks that I watched the other day about it, and they were saying about 10 things that it's saying it's going to do. And he did say there is going to be space combat, but I don't think there's planetary combat unless you're on foot.
On your foot, okay.
Because it's first person sort of shooter thing. It does. It's got that sort of Fallout vibe around it. I don't know if you've seen much.
Yeah.
It definitely has that for like some of the. There was one faction, because there's different factions, and he showed one faction, and I was like, well, that's just the Enclave but space version. So yeah, it's definitely got Fallout sort of vibes, but it should be good. It should be. I'm hoping it's good, because it's well, since Fallout, it's this the next big game they've brought out, isn't it? I don't think they've done anything between.
I think this is the first original IP they've brought out in a while. Maybe since Dishonored.
Oh yeah, I forgot that one.
I forgot about it. Again, I've not played. You used to like Dishonored games, didn't you?
I quite enjoyed them. I thought they were alright. The last one was
weird, but... They're on Game Pass, so I just have to download them, but...
Yeah, they do take up a bit of commitment, but... No, they're alright, they're pretty cool. The concept of it is really good. The fact that obviously you can like phase shift everywhere, and it reminds me of. Did you play Infamous when it came out?
Is that the one where you play as a superhero, where you can choose to be bad or good? Yes, I did.
Yeah, it's got that sort of vibe to it. Kind of. I think it's just like a formula that works, so everyone just copies it, I guess. But that's alright. But I'm trying to think what other things Bethesda's done. Obviously, they brought out the mobile game, the Elder Scrolls on the mobile.
Oh yeah.
It's like a card playing game, but that's obviously doing really, really well for them. Then you got Elder Scrolls Online, which they keep investing in.
Yeah, because there's a new update coming out for that, isn't there?
Yeah. Tamriel? No, not Tamriel. Was it Tamriel?
Sunderland Island, or I can't think what it's called now. But again, that's a game that is constantly getting updated and a very active user base.
And I know it's got kind of microtransactions in it, but I don't think as like. Yeah, I don't think it's pay to win. I think it's just like you can buy different suits and stuff.
Yeah. So when I played it, I only played it for I don't know, a couple of months. From what I can remember, so you had a subscription, which let you access all the DLCs, all the current DLCs from the right. So you didn't have to buy them.
Yeah.
And then, like you said, you could buy your mounts and your skins and whatnot. But from what I can remember, it wasn't pay to win. But I've not played it in a while, so you did have to run your dungeons and you know it was quite fun. From what I remember, it was fun, and I don't know why I stopped playing it. I just kind of did.
Yeah, I suppose the thing is with games that are like that, I find that because they're obviously always developing it all the time, they only put so much of it in at the start, and then you play it, and then you play it to death, and then when they bring something else new out, you're kind of like, oh, well, you know, I've played this for 120 hours. I don't really want to put any more time into it.
Yeah. I think but like the game's designed to be played for thousands of hours, aren't they?
Yeah.
And like you say, if you fall behind, sometimes it can be so hard to keep up. If you want to do, you know, if you want to do maybe a certain dungeon where you need certain equipment, and if you fall behind, it's hard to get back into it.
So, on that sort of subject, have you played? Because I know you're a Dark Souls fan. Have you played Elden Ring?
I'm not a Dark Souls fan.
Are you not? I thought you were.
No. I played the original Demon Souls, but
That's
I've
it.
not
Yeah. Demon Souls.
when it originally came out. But I've not played Elden Ring. Again, it's a single player experience. It's just
Oh, it just
it,
looks.
it's a very good game. I've not played it, but it's massively successful.
Yeah.
So this is why I don't really buy this. Companies can only make money through microtransactions. If you market a game, if you make it fun,
Yeah.
then why can't you release it like Elden Scrolls was? I know it was quite. There were a few bugs in it, though, weren't there?
Yeah, but I think that's part of the character of the game. I know there's quite a few glitches, but I think that's what draws people to that kind of game. Um,
Or it's open world games, isn't it? It's near enough impossible to get
yeah,
rid of all of
nothing's
them.
gonna be
But
perfect. Nothing, not in
yeah.
a game of that size as well. But then
So have you played it?
I've not played it, and I've thought about playing it, but I remember I remember playing Dark Souls and getting absolutely frustrated to fuck with it because it's not one of those games where you can just go diving into a fight. You got to like really think about this, and you go, have I got enough potions? Can I revive myself quick enough, and all this sort of stuff. And it's just because I see some people going it, and I'm just thinking, I get teabagged by that boss because it's just savage, absolute savage. Because they're meant to be hard games, aren't they? They're meant to be difficult to
Yeah,
play.
it's going to be challenging. You know,
It's not like
but
a hack and slash where you can just go in and go, "Ugh," and it's all over.
I can tell you're a God of War fanboy. You had that power trip.
Yeah. Oh my god.
You are a god.
Ugh.
Get you in a big cup of water.
I
Ooh,
know. Hydration.
hydration. I should hydrate more.
What a flappy canoe. What the hell? I don't know what Rose is saying. She's saying something about flappy canoid. Flappy canoid.
What?
Oh, flappuccinoed.
Oh, Flappuccino.
I just remember that. So, for God's sake.
So I told you this the other day, didn't I?
Yes, yeah, I did.
So I thought this was amazing. So obviously, when a male, when a male obviously teabags someone, obviously you call it a teabag. When a female does it, it's called a flappuccino. Why does Rosa want a flappuccino? You?
She's just being a tit. What a penis. But I'm trying to.
So what was she doing? Oh, Rosa.
Oh yeah, but that for the God of War trailer, I made her stop cooking dinner to watch it with me.
Did you?
Yeah, I was like, Rosie, you need to watch. Oh my god, this is great.
She doesn't look. Well, she must know by now.
Are you Have you watched? Because right, okay, I think you're a Halo fan.
Yeah.
Have you watched the Halo series?
No, I keep missing it on because I don't want to pay for it. I'll have to find other ways to find it. From what I've seen, I'm disappointed in it because, and I don't know if it's a minor thing but obviously Master Chief takes his helmet off.
Yeah.
Literally within the first episode, if I remember right.
Is it?
Which I don't know. That's not Master Chief.
No, it kind of ruins the whole lore because you don't know who he is or what he is or anything.
That's half the fun, guessing. And you know what? I think that's what made the Mandalorian at least a little bit exciting. Is you didn't know what he looked like, and I think once they take their mask off, it kind of it loses that sort of that excitement for it.
Because didn't Doomslayer take it off in Doom 3 as well? Didn't he take his helmet off?
So that's different because in the old Doom 1 and 2 games, your actual next to your health, you could actually see his face.
That's true. I remember that. Yeah.
So I'm not too worried about that because you could always see the Doom Marine's face in it. But Halo, Master Chief, that was haptics. What does he look like? And I think if you beat Halo, was it Halo 3 on Legendary? You got to look at his eyes. I think it was. And if you ever played Halo Legendary?
I've not played any of the Halos.
Holy shit, mate! You have to be good. It is. It's intense, especially if you do a what do they call it? So obviously you get these skulls, and these skulls do things in the game where like it increases, say, enemy health or increases enemy accuracy. And I can't remember what the actual run is called, but you put it on legendary with all skulls, mate. I tried getting out the very first level. You literally run into a camp. Do you ever remember playing Halo 1?
I never played any of them.
You ever played? So the very first sort of combat zone you go to is in a canteen on a spaceship. I literally remember just running out and dying. Or grenades. You know, grenades have like 4 times the blast radius, and I get grenaded. To the people that can do them, a lasso. That's it. I think it's called lasso.
Right.
A lasso. They're impossible. I can't.
You're glitching, Dan.
Am I glitching?
Yeah.
Still glitching?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I think your phone's freaking out.
Phone's freaking out. Wait there. Let me turn my camera off. Oh. Turn it back on.
There you go.
How's that?
Yeah. Oh,
there you
wait,
go.
no.
No?
No. When you when you get closer, it's not too well. I don't know.
Can you hear me fine still?
Yeah, we can still hear you. No, it's fine. I just wasn't saying you're glitching. You're like, yeah.
Doing the robot.
To be fair, it's probably the end now, isn't it?
Yeah? No.
Anything else you want to talk about?
No, I don't know. That's something I got. Like I said, mine was the breast milk story.
Jesus Christ. I'm going to have to think of a story to tell you now that's that sort of level.
That's the kind of stuff I'm going to bring.
That really wasn't. That's what I'm bringing to the table.
Nearly good as Amber Heard shitting on the bed. That's the kind of quality content we're going to be making.
Amber Turd.
Amber Turd.
Dirty bitch.
Well, I suppose that's it. That's the stream, the podcast over.
Yeah, I think so. I think we're going to say goodbye.
Yeah.
Thank you to everyone who's joined in and watched. Obviously, at the moment, it's only just Rosa that's been on the live, but if you do watch this later on Facebook, on YouTube, I'm trying to make a Facebook page for us at the moment, but it's taking a little while.
That's fine.
But yeah, so if you do watch this later on, thank you for watching and subscribe and all that shiz, and we'll let you know when we're going to be on again.
That's good.
See you in a bit.
Cheers, everyone.
See you
Cheers.
later.